It's Luke and Naomi.
Okay, it's another edition of Luke and Naomi on air. What is this one, 4? I've lost count already.
I think it's 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4.
All right, are you ready to get into our fourth
Yes.
episode?
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, this afternoon, this Monday?
Monday?
Doesn't really work. Whatever day that you happen to be listening to us, just thanks for joining us.
All right, yeah, it is Monday for us recording.
Yes.
Memorial Day, so we've got the day off with just like everybody else. We had a pretty cool weekend. If you saw our Facebook post,
That's right. A lot of time playing in the sunshine and going to the beach, and we're lucky enough that the apartment that we're in Wilmington has a pool, so we sat by that yesterday, and it's a nice weekend.
absolutely,
Nice weekend.
yeah, we definitely took advantage. And now we're using the day off too.
To hang out with you.
To hang out with y'all.
Yeah.
That's right. So that's pretty much what we've been doing aside from work for the last week is enjoying the weather here in Wilmington. Some rain, some thunderstorms, but I still like it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It really isn't.
No, not at all. And we've been getting ready for all of this. So to get everything going as we normally do, I guess it's becoming normal. We're going to start off by talking about what's happened the last week in science
That's right.
with a little segment, of course, I like to call This Week in Science.
Yes, you do.
I got some cool stuff going on this week. Some really, really, really sciencey stuff that I'm kind of going to skip right over, like quantum internet is going to become a thing. And all I know about that is just really, really, really fast.
Okay.
So
Sure, I'm here for that.
a big step has been taken towards quantum internet. So, whatever, take that as you will.
You know what makes me laugh about it all the time is I think about, I get so angry with my cell phone when it's like I'm reading some article and like the bottom of the page won't load or anything like that. And I remember when like we'd all sit at the computer and you'd have to sit there for like 5 minutes to get like one single page to load. You'd start seeing the ads show up, you'd see half of it, and then the rest of it, like you'd have to do so much work. And now it's instant and we're still not happy. So now we need quantum internet.
That's right. The patience thing is, it's just dwindling.
Yeah, it's non-existent at this point. But I'm not arguing about it. I'll definitely take it.
So
Just saying.
rather than go into crazy detail about this that I don't even know what I'm talking about, I want to throw out the University of Delft, wherever that is. I just wanted to say Delft.
Okay.
Delft, Delft.
Never heard of it.
Way to go, University of Delft.
Yeah.
Getting us closer to having those pop-up ads pop up even faster, I suppose. Another weird, a mirror world of particles within our own universe may explain some puzzling cosmological finds as of late. I stumbled through that, I think, last episode
Okay.
on This Week in Science. So
I
on
don't
this-
even remember because last week when we did This Week in Science, it was just so scientific. It was a
Scientifical.
lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot to process. I think I actually blocked it out. Probably traumatized me over there.
I liked it because I get to read headlines like a mirror world of particles, which, if we live in a world of movies that have things like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and stuff
Yeah.
like so you want to go right to there. Oh, no way. And this is nowhere near as exciting
Of course it's not.
and much more scientifical.
Scientifical, yes. That's the word of the day, by the way. Scientifical.
Getting to some stuff we are actually going to talk about. What do you think? A dragon or ancient ruins?
Ancient ruins.
Ancient ruins. You might do that one first. All right, so they've been doing some LiDAR testing in the Amazon rainforest. Can you see the picture over here?
I can.
Isn't that pretty cool? So they found the remains of a bunch of lost settlements.
I've heard about this, actually.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting
Isn't it?
and a little freaky.
I love it. It's just so neat. One day we're going to discover Atlantis.
Yeah, it's
know.
going to happen.
We'll have to get cables underneath the ocean first. I don't know how we're going to do that.
Talk to Mr. Rogers.
That's right.
He's got the answer for you.
So jungle-penetrating lasers, of course, look through the Amazon rainforest. The ruins of 11 previously unknown settlements with pyramids and waterways and all this stuff, about 1,700 square miles.
That's so crazy.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Waterways and all this, and we never knew these places existed.
So they found 2 really big settlement sites and I'm not even going to fumble my way through trying to pronounce those.
Aw, okay.
I'm sorry, is that disappointing?
A little bit,
You
yeah.
really like that, don't you?
Sometimes.
They also found 24 smaller sites. 15 of those were known to exist. That's why the 11 previously unknown settlements number comes in if you're following my math. I'm not. So
I'm not.
good luck if you were.
Yeah.
They're not just like a few huts or kind of campsites or something.
Well, like you said, they had waterways. There were pyramids. Like, that's insane.
It looks like they were bustling communities, to quote the article, with architecture, water management infrastructure, not just waterways, but like aqueducts to bring in drinking water,
Yeah.
probably some sort of sewer systems, and
Things are going to get really freaky when somebody goes in there and really starts looking at this ancient city and finds like a cell phone or something.
that'd be insane.
I wouldn't want to know.
That would be
Honestly, I would
insane.
just be like, nope, we're done.
So the team found vast,
Done with the past.
platform mounds and cone-shaped pyramids, 72 feet tall, some of these.
Wow.
So there's, if they're pyramids or anything like other pyramids, there's probably some stuff inside of them, curses notwithstanding.
Ooh.
But maybe some more archaeological work to be done in there. That sounds
Oh yeah, absolutely.
very, very neat. It's LiDAR is bringing these possibilities. The ground penetrating radars, if I'm not messing that up,
Okay.
or laser or some junk like that. But really, really cool that they're able to do this. Now, I guess reading through this article, they said that previously they thought the Amazon, especially that part of it, was far too dense to ever
Anything.
have civilizations and
Yeah.
things like. Isn't that crazy? Very, very neat. So still a lot left to rediscover in the Amazon. I hope to see more news on that. It's just
Yeah.
so fascinating to me. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. Now dragons.
Okay.
They found the largest flying predators, one of Earth's largest flying predators.
Oh, yay.
So if you or the kids or anything like that are into dinosaurs, this is really cool. Like the largest flying dinosaur they've found. Here's me trying to fumble through some more science words.
All right.
One of the biggest flying vertebrae in Earth's history sits within the family of pterosaurs called Zarkids. I don't know. That's my best. There's a D in there somewhere. A C
It
and an
sounded
H.
believable.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, let's go with
I
that.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Did you like the dinosaurs? Did you ever get into the dinosaurs?
No, I was not a big dinosaur person growing up.
I had like a small phase of dinosaurs.
My
where-
sister did too. I
Did
remember
she?
she had a few books and all of that, and I remember looking at it just going, what the heck is this? You know?
Okay, yeah. So I like the flying ones,
Of course.
of course, because I like anything that flies.
Aviation and all that stuff is right up your alley.
That's right. So here we go with the Dragon of Death, is what they're calling
Oh,
this thing.
okay. This sounds great. Yeah.
The
Dragon
dragon-
of Death.
And
All
that-
right. Tell me more about this wonderful creature.
It was given the Latin name. Here we go. Thanatos Dracon Amaru.
Sounds like you're casting spells over there.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
I don't like it.
the first part is a reference to its looking like a dragon. The second, from the South American language for flying serpent,
Okay.
and that would be
So-
the Amaru part.
So, tell me a little bit more about this Dragon of Death. How big are we talking?
23 to 30 foot wingspan.
Nope. No, thank you. Nope. Not here for that.
That's right. It's pretty cool. They have
I'm sure it is.
they have two specimens, a juvenile and an adult, so they can they are able to learn a lot about this thing, and I guess it lived in wetlands and things like that, and it
Okay.
developed some extra features to be able to walk around as much as it flew. So it's doubly terrifying.
Yes, absolutely.
So all right, there you go. How about that, science? Way to go, finding dragons.
Yeah.
Getting closer.
No thanks. No thanks.
It was in the Super Cretaceous period. I don't know. I'm not really good at all the geological periods or whatever they're called.
I get so confused with those because I've seen on like articles and things like that where it's like one dinosaur lived closer to another dinosaur compared to when the time, humans showed up and all that. And it's like 65 million years and all that. It's a long
That's weird.
timeline and I just can't.
It is hard to wrap your mind around and all that. Anyway, to paint a picture for you, picture your typical like pterodactyl, except with a very long snake-like neck, and then kind of a bigger skull and head.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. Pterodactyl with a snake head.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound terrifying at all.
No, not at all, right?
Yeah.
Still pretty cool from the renderings that they come up with. All right, how about the time that it rained meat?
That's weird. Is this got to do with like a tornado picking up stuff?
I think so. This is... oh, no, it's not, actually. That's
No, because I know that happened before. I believe it was with fish. Like a water spout picked up like a bunch of fish or something, and it ended up raining fish on the town over.
We've heard tons of different stories about things like that.
Yeah.
Frogs and all that stuff. And no, this is considerably more gross.
Oh, perfect.
Now that I'm remembering what this was. So this happened in 1876. It was in Kentucky. It rained a substance that looked suspiciously like flesh.
Oh, my goodness.
It was reported by the New York Times. It happened near the house of Alan Crouch, covering a strip of ground about 100 yards in length and 50 yards wide. Mrs. Crouch, who was making soap in the yard, claimed that it felt like snow, with the one main distinction being that she believed it looked like beef.
Okay.
The next day, a man named Harrison Gill visited the site, found particles of what looked like fresh meat stuck to the fences and scattered all over the ground.
This is disgusting.
With some chunks as large as 2 inches square.
Look, and all I'm thinking, honestly, is like ground beef. Like snowing from the sky. But it's still gross, you know?
Yeah.
I love ground beef. I'm down for it, but just no.
So it turns out among the witnesses were some hungry folk.
No.
Yeah. 2 gentlemen. Gentlemen being a loose
Term there?
loose
Yeah.
term in this situation. They decided to give it a whirl.
Of course they did.
Let's see what it tastes like.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry, I lost my place because this is so ridiculous. They were of the opinion it was either mutton or venison.
Okay.
All right.
So we do know it is animal.
So it, yes, it's at least something. If you had to guess what caused the event, and you already alluded to this, you would think it a weather phenomenon like tornado, perhaps.
At this point, I'm now thinking a blimp that was a jerk dropping off like just shards of animal.
Shoveling meat on people, you think? That's a thing? Like rich people just shoveling meat onto folk?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what else could have caused this.
So anyway, if you've forgotten with all the ridiculousness of this story, this was in Kentucky in 1876, and skies were reportedly clear for miles and miles and miles on that day.
Okay, so what was it?
Dr. A. Meade Edwards looked at a sample and declared that this is disgusting, to be either lung tissue from a horse or something much worse, human meat.
Oh my goodness. And those guys tried it too.
Yeah. Others looked at the sample and thought that they couldn't say for certain what it was. It did appear to contain lung tissue, though, as well as cartilage and muscular tissue also.
Okay, so where did it come from? I don't care any more about any of this except for where did it come from?
But the puzzle here isn't whether it was or wasn't beef or mutton or lamb or a horse, apparently. It's how did it,
Where did it come from?
Yeah, that.
Yes.
Yeah, where did it come from? The best explanation, the only plausible theory is vultures.
What?
Vultures.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So check it out.
Not if it was that much of it where like people thought it was snowing meat and parts of it were stuck to fences and things like that. That's terrible. That's a terrible excuse for what just happened there.
So an old Ohio farmer plaused this theory, and he also said it appeared to be mutton. But the disgorgement of some vultures that were sailing over the spot from their immense height, the particles were scattered and the wind took them to where they got to in Kentucky. Now, you're shaking your head no and looking at me like it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Vultures, of course, known for scavenging meat and gorging when they get their chance, but their wings not always up to the job of carrying around all that weight, so when stressed, like if their flight was disturbed by another bird or predator on the ground, they are prone to tossing their meat chunks.
Oh my gosh.
To lighten their load, as it were.
Oh my gosh, that's disgusting.
This is the most likely explanation on what happened on March 3rd, 1876 in Kentucky.
That's disgusting. This is something that I did not ever need to know. Like, I'm going to be haunted by this. If I have weird dreams about, like, hamburger raining from the sky, like, I don't know. I don't know. You're at fault.
We do not know quite exactly what the substance was, but we're pretty sure we know where it came from.
No.
And
just
that's
no.
the story of the time it rained meat and people ate it.
Well, I'm not hungry anymore, that's for sure.
Isn't that fantastic?
It's not fantastic. Awful.
Oh, man. I wonder if there's anybody at the scene going, hey, Billy Bob, I give you $5 to eat that.
You know that's exactly how that went down, too.
Tell me what it tastes like. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't know, like mutton. No, it doesn't. You try it. All right, I guess I will give it a shot.
My goodness.
You know that's exactly how that went down, too.
All right, so from one end of the ridiculous spectrum to another, we were talking about this story recently. A couple in India are demanding that their son and daughter-in-law pay them $650,000 in damages if they don't have children.
Oh, wow.
So...
That's expensive.
Yeah, it's apparently their lawyer said this is an Indian parent thing, so I guess this is how that goes down. But the story goes, after spending their savings to have their son trained as a pilot in the U.S. and financed his lavish wedding in India, along with a luxury car and an overseas honeymoon,
Okay.
they assumed their investments would eventually pay off in the form of a grandchild. But time's gone by, and they say the not-so-newlyweds now have shown very little interest in producing a grandchild.
Here's the thing. Communication is key.
Yeah.
Did they ever have a conversation with their son saying, hey, we want you to have a grandchild. We want you to have a child so we can have a grandchild. Was there ever a discussion about that? Because I feel like they got their hopes up over there and, well, it backfired.
I guess so, but it just seems like it's a given in that culture and whatnot. But you're right, though. They should have.
Never assume. That's like the number one rule in everything is just never assume.
Never assume.
Yeah.
So, time ticked by. No signs of a grandchildren.
No little ones running around.
You're wondering how long it's been? I'm glad you asked. 6 years.
Okay.
They've been married for 6 years.
Okay.
So after more than half a decade, the parents decided to sue. They're demanding their son and daughter-in-law produce a grandchild within a year.
You're gonna bow chicka wow wow and you're gonna like it.
That's right. That's right. Or pay $650,000 in damages. I believe that's the American price, Initial hearing on the suit scheduled for some time upcoming in a court in India. The couple's lawyer, I guess the younger couple's lawyer, says, I feel sorry for him because I'm an Indian. And I guess it's the older couple's lawyer. He says, I'm an Indian. I can understand their pain. This is an Indian parent thing.
Oh, man. That raises so many questions, too, because then it becomes an idea, like, they should have just sat down and had a conversation at some point. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Because then you could have either talked about whether you were planning on having kids, if you just want to wait a little while, because maybe they wanted to wait until they were married for, like, 10 years. But now that you're going to sue them, now they're going to be mad, and now they're not going to have a kid because how dare you sue me over this? And then it becomes... There's more questions after that, though. Because, I mean, if they're like, okay, well, I don't want to pay you $65,000, I guess we will have the kid. Is the older parents going to take care of the grandchild? It's just they should have sat down and had a conversation.
Yeah. Did I say 65,000? It's 650,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
considerably more.
a lot more. That changes a few things.
So,
just, I guess, head to the bedroom. Wow, chicken, wow, wow. I mean, $650,000 is a lot of money. Just saying.
We might have to pay for another one of those honeymoons.
Yeah.
Make it nice and... Anyway, even if the case goes nowhere, which experts say is distinctly possible, it has started a big debate within India over what children owe their parents. And, of course, now that's, the U.S. has picked that up because we're having the debate here.
Yeah.
What children owe their parents, both from a legal and a spiritual standpoint.
Well, you do owe your parents something. They brought you into this world. They, took care of you. They paid your rent. They paid for you to, go to school or do sports or something, you know, the least you can do is make their life a little bit easier when you're an adult. But for how much you actually owe them, I don't know. That's a tough call.
Let's say you can't put a price on it.
That's right. You
Yeah,
can't put a price on it.
Excellent cop-out.
I love it. I love it. Let's go with that.
It is times like these, though, and stories like these where I am super happy that my sister has a couple of kids because it really takes the pressure off of us.
That it does. And if we are going to put a price on it, I think it's what, $650,000?
Looks like the precedent could be set.
Yes.
Okay, are you ready for some really, 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 really good news?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't know. I'm probably getting too excited for this than I should.
Okay.
But I'm very excited nonetheless, and I'm stretching it out on purpose just because.
That's what you do.
Well, that's what I do. But
Yeah.
then when you hear what's going on, I'm excited for your. Anyway, the NFL is offering a streaming service starting in July.
Of course they are. Not surprised at all. I mean, everything has its own streaming service now.
I am so excited.
Like, for real? Real excited?
Yeah.
Or are you being sarcastic over there?
I know I am.
You're so sarcastic all the time, I can't even tell anymore.
So I've been waiting for this because, you know, every year I'm you know, trying to watch several games at once. You know,
That's true, yes.
Being a Cowboys fan, it was even occasionally I would get screwed out of seeing a game even when we were in New Mexico. Mm-hmm. And so I like to watch all the games. I'm a fan. So I'm inevitably coming up with several different ways here. You know, we're spending a couple extra dollars during the football season on cable than we generally do.
That's right. And I think we've talked about this before. If you know, Luke has a huge setup when it becomes football season. Every Sunday there's like 2 TVs and then the computer set up so he can watch 3 different games at the same freaking time. And like it looks like a command center takes over the living room every single Sunday.
That's right.
And I mean, like, he's messing with cords. He's, you know, plugging one thing into another thing. And I got to make sure I can get this game on this TV. And I need the computer for this game because I need to stream it through here. And it's like a madman working. It really is.
It's an effort.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Sure. Yes.
So the NFL, it's going to be, of course, called NFL Plus because
That's what it is now.
Why be creative?
Isn't it Apple TV Plus? It's ESPN Plus.
Disney
it's
Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yes, they're all Paramount Plus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we should have done that. Luke and Naomi Plus.
that's really right. That is a missed opportunity.
Aw, that's all right.
Damn.
Maybe next time.
Wow, I'm going to write that down just in case the opportunity does arise.
Okay.
We can
all
go.
right.
Luke, maybe if we do a video or something like that.
There
that's
you
what it'll
go. Yeah. The plus is you can actually see us.
be. Start our own subscription service.
That's right. We'll have to be paying people 50 cents. You can
Yeah.
listen to us 50 cents.
Luke and Naomi Plus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
NFL Plus looks like it's going to launch in July. It's expected in July. Live games on mobile phones and tablets will be the content centerpiece.
Okay.
Apparently, at launch, it's going to be around $5 a month, which I can absolutely handle.
Yeah, but you know it's not going to stay that way.
It's
You
probably not.
know that once the first, maybe second month, and they go, oh my goodness, look at all these people who have subscribed to this. Let's jack up the price to $15.99 a month. You know.
Yeah,
you know it's going to happen
inevitable.
before even one season is done.
And even the next line in the article says a source cautioned the pricing structure may change.
Surprise, surprise.
This is all coming from Sports Business Journal, if you're wondering where I'm getting this from. It'll likely include other content as well, of course. Possibilities include radio, podcast, and miscellaneous team-created content. A lot of NFL... I know you haven't been on Twitter in years, but a lot of NFL teams have started to hire social media people, content people, where they're putting together really interesting videos. They just had the NFL draft last month, and whether it was to prepare for the draft or to welcome the new draftees,
Yeah.
the new players drafted on the team, they had really interesting videos. A bunch of different teams are putting up. This is starting to become a thing, so I imagine that type of thing will be on there.
Yeah.
Some fun content.
Well, that's the thing. We all want something extra. I mean, like, you can watch all the games and you can find 15 places to watch the games. What you're going for is the extra content, the story behind some of the players, the goofy stuff that they do off the field,
Yeah.
the charity work that they do, that kind of stuff.
What I really want is them to connect this and the NFL Network, because I don't pay. We don't pay enough for cable to get that.
Right.
It's like trying to get HBO back in the day. And
Oh my goodness! And you have to, subscribe. You have to pick the plan that's got 18 things that you don't want, just so you can get that one channel that you do want.
Right. So
I do remember that. Ugh, bad times. Bad times.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that'll one step closer to that. NFL Plus is kind of arriving as talks do continue, though, over the possibility of a big partner coming into the NFL. NFL media, anyway. Apple and Amazon, the front runners there. And I mean, Apple Plus, Amazon Prime Video, all of that. So there's a big possibility they might shift away from the app in the future and join up with Apple or Amazon. We'll see, though. But it does look like this is a thing for now. I'm very excited. $5
I know
a month.
you are. Yes.
Yeah. Along with that, going it alone with the streaming product, the NFL can also, of course, collect all kinds of data on the users.
Yeah, well, I feel like we've gotten past that point that we just don't even care anymore. We've seen
really.
so many things where it's like, hey, all these things are collecting all this data on you. And it's just like, all right, well, then send me better ads so I can get deals on things I actually want.
Right.
So that's the least of our concerns. My biggest concern is the $5 a month, and when are they going to jack that up to $15.99 and then $25.99, and how far will it go?
Well, we'll just have to sacrifice Peacock streaming TV.
Yeah.
So we can't watch The Office anymore.
I know, it'll be a sad day.
I really thought you were going to put up more of a fight with that one.
No, I'm just I'm defeated over here. We're talking about sports. I'm defeated. Like, there is no winning here.
Oh, all right.
What else we got?
Let's get away from the NFL. How about this? What's the first thing you think of when I say Guy Fieri?
Flavortown, right? That's the Flavortown guy?
The mayor of Flavortown. That's right. Yeah. For real.
That guy, I think about that, and I think about, like, pokey frosted tips.
Pokey.
Yeah. The hairstyle
I like
kind of
that.
thing. Yeah.
Yes, the bleach blonde, the sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can picture him. The mayor of Flavortown.
The mayor of Flavortown. Well, apparently, this guy has quietly built an empire while still being the butt of millions of jokes and all of this other stuff. Did you know that? Like, Guy Fieri is just this huge thing?
No.
I had no clue. He's hitting all the... I don't know. He's been in the news a bunch in the last couple of weeks because he just signed a new deal with whatever TV station he's on.
Okay. How do you say his name?
I say it Fieri because that's what I've always heard. I don't know if it's Fieri, whatever.
I thought it was Fieri.
That's how it's spelled.
Okay.
So if you don't know who this guy is, you obviously...
You live under a rock.
Well, you don't watch TV and you don't worry about cooking shows, really. So
Why do you live under a rock? I mean, he's been everywhere.
He got his start on TV. He won the second season of the next Food Network Star.
Which that I didn't know, honestly.
I really didn't know that. That's where he came
He
from.
just appeared one day and then he was everywhere.
Have you ever watched that show, by the way?
No.
The Food Network Star. It's not bad. I've seen a season or two of it, and it's pretty interesting. Anyway, so he's hosted several Food Network shows over the years, of course, but his crown jewel is Triple D's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, which started in 2007. He travels the country, samples menus of local greasy spoons.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's been to almost every area we've lived in.
Yes, he has. He's been everywhere, and that's why, like, the show is such a huge success. Because he's traveled to so many places, everybody who watches this can go, hey, he's been to my hometown. Hey, he's been to where my family lives or whatever. He's made some stops in Wilmington,
Yeah, for sure.
He's made stops in New Mexico. We know that. Just all over the place. It's a very successful show, and I love the fact that, bringing attention to those businesses help boost those businesses.
It boosts them so much. it's around 200% in sales after he appears. After
Aw,
their show
that's
appears,
awesome.
or after their restaurant appears on his show.
Yeah.
More than 200% they get a boost. So the success of that show, he has launched an empire. He has 14 restaurants and brands.
Okay. Did not know that.
70 locations across 6 countries.
Wow.
How cool is that? And then he started Santo Tequila, which he started with Sammy Hagar.
Okay.
And he's got Hunt and Ride Winery, a vineyard named after his 2 sons.
Okay.
And he just signed that extension with Food Network. That's what I was looking for. Last year, $80 million.
Wow.
Yeah, 3-year extension for $80 million.
So we'll get 3 more years at least of diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah, at least.
All right, I'm here for it.
And still, even if you don't like him, maybe he's too crazy over the top for you.
I mean, he is over the top, but I feel like that's just his character.
He is all fun and games, but he does some really, really cool charity stuff. In 2018, he and friends helped cook 15,000 Thanksgiving dinners for California wildfire evacuees.
Aw, that's really cool.
And then, of course, throughout the pandemic and stuff, he partnered with the National Restaurant Association Educational Foundation to raise $20 million for restaurant workers laid off due to COVID.
Wow.
So that was really, really cool. And of course, like we said, after appearing on his show, the sales just spike. So it's easy to make fun of him, but he's doing something right, isn't he?
Low-hanging fruit, you know?
And then, of
easy
course,
target.
if you really like Guy Fieri, you can see he was in a muffler commercial before he got famous, too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We have to look this up.
It is out there. It's on YouTube. Let me see quickly if I can tell what brand it's for. Flowmaster.
Flowmaster. All right. We need to, I don't know. We got to put this video somewhere so everyone can see it.
Flowmaster. Maybe we'll put a link somewhere. Oh, look at him. It's him. He's still got the blonde hair and the brown goatee.
He does, but he looks so much younger.
Definitely.
Wow.
Flowmaster muffler.
All right.
Yeah, you can find that out there on the internets.
The interwebs.
Guy Fieri. A
Mufflers.
bajillionaire.
Mufflers.
A muffler and greasy food bajillionaire.
That's right. That's
Mayor
right.
of Flavortown. What a nickname to give yourself. I love that. All right, so from Guy Fieri in Flavortown to ice cream.
Ice cream.
It's ice cream season.
Yes. Let me stop you right there. It is always ice cream season.
Of course.
Always.
Of course. When you think of ice cream in summer, you inevitably get to ice cream cones at some point.
Yeah.
You gotta have an ice cream cone at least once a summer, right?
Yeah, you gotta have at least one ice cream cone. But just ice cream in general is just the best.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
And when you think of ice cream cones, are you the traditional cone? Do you like the waffle cone?
Waffle cones all the way.
Waffle cones all the way.
Yeah, because it's just a longer handle, and I feel like the ice cream is more likely to, you can pile it on and have it stay better compared to the traditional little cone.
The amount of thought and effort you put into the foodstuffs. Anytime we get talking about food, it's a science with you, and I love the
food is a serious topic for me. It really is.
I love how serious you take it. That's why we do a lot of food talk, of course. So, when you think of buying ice cream cones, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's waffle cones or regular, I don't know what to call those. The other kind of cones.
Sugar cones? Is that what those are?
I guess.
Just regular cones.
But
regular
anyway,
cones, I guess.
You could probably see the box at the grocery store with the Joy brand on there.
Yep.
The Joy Baking Group. Did you know they're like this huge, like ice cream cone monopoly?
Did not know that. Not surprised though.
Yeah,
not at all.
They have quietly come up to be the giant when it comes to ice cream cones.
Okay.
And now now think about it. And
I don't know any other brands.
Joy cups and all that stuff. I can see the imaging and the wording and all over that stuff. Founded in 1918. Almost went under when a fire hit their warehouse in the 60s. But it has been crushing 15 to 20 million cones per day during its busy season.
Wow.
Yeah. Accounts for 60 to 70% of cones sold in U.S. stores between the direct and private label business. So, like, they are store brand cones as well.
Oh, of course. Of course. Most of the big companies are, you know.
So Keebler is its closest competitor. And that makes up 14.5% of stores. Like
Wow.
Keebler doesn't even...
I didn't even know they made ice cream cones.
Now that we are talking about it, I think I can maybe have seen some...
I would want to give them a try because they know what they're doing with cookies.
They
you know
certainly
what I
do.
mean? So I had no idea that they made ice cream cones. We might have to look for these.
So apparently, like, how did this become an empire? Why can't anybody just make a cone? I guess it's really, really hard.
To make an ice cream cone? No.
It's harder than it seems, at least. In Joy, apparently, the Joy Baking Group has the
secret patent to their ice cream cone making machine?
Yeah, 4 factories across the U.S., high-tech gadgets, ovens, pipes to move cone batter from place to place.
Maybe just to make it perfect.
I wouldn't picture it as made out of batter, but I guess that is what it's made out of, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Robotic arms to package and all that stuff, and the equipment and space that you need to make these apparently is so costly that a lot of smaller cone makers either go out of business or just sell to them.
Wow. I didn't know the ice cream cone business was so cutthroat there.
Yeah.
You know?
And then the other reason is just its product.
Okay.
As we were talking to start the segment, the other reason they're so popular is just like
we
you were
all
saying.
know the brand.
And what do you get? You get sugar, waffle, or...
The waffle bowls.
Yeah.
Those are nice too. Oh my goodness, I love those.
Cake cones, I think, is what I'm
what
thinking
we're
of.
looking for.
They
Yeah,
look
that
like
sounds right.
Like a torch handle. Mm-hmm. Torch handle? Does that make sense?
It did to me. I'm pretty sure it made sense. I mean, if it didn't, you can just leave a comment and be like, Luke, what the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
You agree to that right away. I love it.
Yeah,
So
that's what a wife does, right? Support your husband, no matter what crazy things he says.
Perfect.
That's right.
Oh man.
All right, back to ice cream cones.
Well, it looks like their monopoly isn't going away anytime soon.
Not surprised.
Experts believe the company is going to have an even tighter grip on the cone niche in a few years because of the scale and advantage, or the advantage of their scale and capacity. They can just pump out the ice cream cones.
I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, how do we take down big
Take
ice
down
cream
big
cone?
ice cream cone.
I don't think we could do it. We'd be all excited for doing this for like a day. We'd head in the kitchen. We'd be like, all right, what do we got to do to make these, And after, one full day, 24 hours of making ice cream cones, we're going to be like, yeah, this ain't worth it.
Let's just go buy a $1.50 box of ice cream cones.
I know.
Because that's the other thing, too. They kept the prices down so much.
Yes.
You can go, and now everybody's going to be running and getting some ice cream cones because that's just the image we've implanted.
Yeah, absolutely. Worked on me.
Yeah,
I'm ready for ice cream.
Yeah, let's go. It's a beautiful day. Let's go get ice cream.
Let's take a break here because nobody knows actually how long we're going to be gone for. Let's take a quick break here and we can go get ice cream
All right.
and then come back and finish recording.
Perfect. Okay, ice cream's done.
It's a sad moment.
When the ice cream's gone.
That's right.
Well, the ice cream's gone, and it's time to move on. So, a couple of episodes ago, I don't even know how to frame time with the podcast situation.
I don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. Thank you again,
yes.
too. Thank you for being patient with us and, coming along on this journey as we figure it out.
As we float aimlessly on the seas of podcast piracy.
That's right.
How about that?
I love it.
So we are kind of figuring out the format of the show, what we're going to be doing. And Doug had suggested throwing out a topic. We'll talk about it, and then y'all can comment, and then we'll kind of read your comments on the topic on the next show.
Yeah.
The next week's show.
I like doing that kind of stuff because that's the one thing that bums me out the most with the podcast
Right.
is I miss the interaction that we can't take calls live while we're doing this or get those Facebook messages and answers right away. So this is kind of like the next best thing that we can do.
And if you're new to the show, when we were live on the air in the mornings, we would throw out a topic for the day and have everybody send in your answers, whether you called them in or send them to our Facebook page then. So now the way it'll be going is still the Facebook page. That's where you're either watching the video there or on YouTube.
That's right.
So either place you can leave your comment and your answers to the topic of the day, which we'll kind of get to in just a second here. But
Yeah.
I wanted to have you ever blown the microwave up?
Not blown it up, but done some damage to them.
Have you ever put metal in the microwave? I should have probably said it that way.
I did once when I was younger, and honestly, I knew better not to put metal in the microwave. I just didn't know that the cup I used had metal on it.
That's right.
I am never gonna forget that it was this cup, and it was like an M&M's cup. It had this little M&M figurine on the inside engraved in. But it was engraved, the outline of it was metal. It was a terrible design.
Yeah,
Had
that's
no
horrible.
idea, and I think I was making hot chocolate or something. I was just a kid, and all of a sudden the microwave's sparking, it's smoking, and I'm freaking out going, what's going on?
So we have from
Traumatizing.
Consumer Reports now a definitive answer on what should go in the microwave, what's safe and what's not.
I can tell you metal's not.
Metal isn't safe, but then I've seen the discussions where some microwaves have metal screws inside them, and that doesn't seem to do anything. It doesn't seem to make any difference on their microwave or whatnot.
Weird.
So, and then there's other things like, have you ever heard of what happens if you microwave grapes? I don't want to be giving anybody bad ideas, but it's your microwave, so.
What happens if you microwave grapes?
Apparently they turn to plasma and explode, and they're very, very,
No way.
what's the word I'm looking for? Burny is all I can come
Combustible? Is that the
up with. Very
word?
hot. It's like lava. Burning. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
Who figured this one out?
well, apparently folk.
Somebody
years.
did. Why would you microwave a grape to begin with?
But,
you know what? I want this grape to be hot.
We've got a scientist to blame everything on. Dr. James Dickerson is Consumer Reports Chief Scientific Officer.
I can't stop laughing over here. All I can think about is hot grapes.
Yeah, do not get. If you want to buy grapes anytime soon, I'm going to veto that just because I'm nervous. I'm not cleaning up that mess.
I'm not doing anything. I promise. I don't understand the thought process. Who would want that?
These grapes are way too cold.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Moving on. Anyways.
Well, metal should definitely not be microwaved. It could cause arcing and potentially even a fire. Some manufacturers of your microwave say you can use small pieces of aluminum foil in the microwave. Just make sure they don't touch the walls.
I wouldn't even risk it.
Dr. James disagrees. He says it's better to avoid putting foil in the microwave altogether because it could still lead to arcing.
Yeah.
Sharp objects, I didn't know this one. Even sharp objects that aren't made of metal, like wooden toothpicks, can set sparks flying. Yeah. Other materials that could be disastrous, well, include grapes. We just talked about that.
Yep.
If you really want to know what happens with it and you don't want to do that yourself, please don't do that yourself.
No, just please don't.
YouTube's got you covered in spades.
Of course it does.
And also, apparently, eggs in the shell. Same deal.
Why would you... I guess if you're trying to, hard boil an egg fast?
That is probably why people have tried it. But the whole eggs could explode if you put an egg in there. And then
Makes sense.
The grape, just to reiterate how you shouldn't do this, creates a plasma which turns them basically into fireballs.
Wow.
So
okay.
Even better. Then there's it's complicated.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna look this up on YouTube.
There's it's complicated category plastic foam. I don't.
Why would you put that kind of stuff in the microwave to begin with?
I'd be worried about it melting, but also the chemicals coming off of the styrofoam, all of that. Paper products tricky because they can be made with chemicals, wood pulp, and other stuff that keeps the wood pulp together, which might not be safe if you microwave it.
I'm gonna risk it. If it's a paper plate with a slice of pizza on it, I'm gonna risk it.
How about this? Did you know? Have you ever brown paper bag? Have you ever microwaved one of those?
I don't think so.
According to this scientist guy, he says brown paper bags are a no-go because they could cause a fire.
Okay.
Paper cups could overheat and ignite.
Wouldn't use those in the microwave. No.
Yeah, so I guess no paper products unless it says it's microwave safe.
I'm still gonna risk it if it's a paper plate and a bun for a burger or a slice of pizza or something.
Just tossing it in there.
Oh yeah.
Caution to the wind.
Yeah, that's right.
Glass, ceramics, and stoneware. I think we all know that. I mean, those are generally safe. However, and this one I really didn't realize, you should look out for containers with narrow necks.
Okay.
Like syrup bottles. A lot of people like to microwave their syrup a little bit and warm it up before they put it on, whatever. Because if the liquid inside gets heated enough, pressure can build up and lead to an explosion because it can't, whatever the
that
science
pressure
is.
can't get out fast enough, I guess.
Yeah, whatever science words I'm looking for as I'm waving my hands around like crazy.
That was that noise too, by the way. He hit the microphone.
That's right.
Waving his hands.
Swinging them around. Part of knowing which items are okay involves the one thing none of us ever do, reading the manual.
Oh, of course not.
Now, if you've been following along with Luke and Naomi on air with our journeys over the last year since we left New Mexico and things like that, if you've been watching our Facebook page, when we got our new microwave here in Wilmington in the apartment, I put up a post that says, does anybody read their manual?
Yeah.
Because I did.
Which is just mind-blowing to me. And I don't mean it as a hit against you. I really don't. But, like, who reads the manual?
Right.
Especially for a microwave.
Well, let me tell you what I found.
You push the buttons.
I'll tell you what I discovered in the manual for the microwave.
Yes.
Reading the manual is a complete waste of time.
Not surprised.
That's what I discovered.
Not surprised at all.
Yeah.
Again, you push the buttons. You figure it out.
Anyway,
Piece of cake.
Some quick microwave safe tips or microwave life extending tips from Consumer Reports. Like, keep it clean, of course. Be mindful of cooking times. Sometimes you're in a hurry. If you accidentally set it to 50 minutes instead of 5, you could damage your microwave. Don't run it empty. I don't get it, and fine, again, whatever, I won't, but it can overheat quickly and cause burn marks in the interior.
Weird.
I
okay.
mean, not that I'm going to run my microwave empty, but it's just those last
No.
3 seconds. There's nothing in there. No big deal.
No, then you just clear it out.
Well, I
you
don't-
don't just run it.
I feel like I have
Oh,
to.
you know what? I gotta let the 3 seconds. I gotta hear that beep at the end.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
It feels like, I
Oh
don't know.
my
It feels like I'm
goodness.
cheating the microwave for not letting it finish off its cycle.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
Apparently, some microwaves have an exhaust fan that can be turned on and off,
Okay.
and also have filters that you should degrease.
Yeah, no one's gonna do that.
I had absolutely no clue. So,
Yeah.
we started the segment talking about having something to talk about for next show, a topic.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we go with that, is microwave disasters.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Because we've all had one. Even if it was something so stupid and you're just like, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
We all have that one story where it was just either we weren't paying attention, we didn't do something right, and it just, oh my goodness.
So we want to know, what are your microwave disasters? What's the dumbest thing you've ever done to your microwave or somebody around you? Any stories?
Yeah.
The kids, you and the kids.
And we want to hear old stories. Don't do something in the next week and then tell us about it. Don't do that. Okay? I know we gave you some bad ideas earlier
Please
when
don't
we were talking
microwave
about
grapes.
that stuff. Yeah. Don't do it. Tell us about stories from before. That's what we want to hear. And you know what? The first thing that comes to my mind, and I have to share this story because I will never forget this day. I can see my parents' face just perfectly clear. It was one of those days where it's just, I was coming from one job. I had just started in radio, so I'm going to the radio job now. I've got enough time to come home, have some food, and get going and all this.
no.
I'm in a mad rush. And, those, they've got those big things of noodles now, like ramen noodles, but like the jumbo pack, I would call it.
Yeah.
It's got all the extras with it and all that. So I'm in a hurry. I want this. I'm so excited for it. Throw it in the microwave. Set it for, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, whatever. Go upstairs and getting dressed, getting changed, all that. And then I hear all this commotion downstairs. Well, I forgot to put the water in the noodle packet thing that you're supposed to do before you even start
no.
microwaving it. And then I ran upstairs. So, nobody's paying attention to my food in the kitchen because, I'm an adult. I should know how to do something like that.
Yeah, right. You know what's going on.
Exactly. And I mean, oh my goodness, our house smelled bad for like 3 days. It just smelled like burnt everything. The plastic melted that was around it. The noodles inside were black and charred. There was so much smoke. And the worst part was, like, that was my lunch. Like, I didn't get that before I went to work. But now, like, there is a legit fear every time when I put something in the microwave. Make sure you do it right. Don't do that one again.
Oh, man.
Don't do that again. It was so bad. And it took them, like, 3 or 4 years to finally let me live that down. Like, the microwave was fine. We were able to reuse it. We didn't for like 2 weeks because it smelled horrible. But, like, I didn't break anything. Nothing caught on fire. Everything was fine. It was really gross.
That's fantastic.
Really gross.
I have, I think the worst thing I ever did, it was It was more the, I guess that's what microwave disasters are, the aftermath and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
yes.
This was, I don't know why I did it. I tried to dry off a pair of socks.
In the microwave?
In the microwave.
What the heck is the matter with you?
I thought it would be quick.
Oh,
I thought
my
it would
goodness.
be easy. I put them in the microwave. I'm like, okay, I honestly blame Uncle Buck. I think I got the idea from Uncle Buck, the
Of
old
course
movie with
you
John
did.
Candy.
Yes, of course. That's where you would get an idea like that.
It really smelled bad.
I'm sure it did.
And the socks were just hot and wet instead of dry. Now they're too hot to even touch.
They're hot and wet still.
And everything smells like smelly socks. So that was terrible.
I'd throw out that microwave. I'd be like, I'm just done with this. I ain't even gonna try to clean it. So we're looking forward to hearing your stories as well, your microwave disaster stories, whether it was, some metal that got in there that wasn't supposed to. Maybe you forgot, and like we mentioned before, where you end up putting something in for 50 minutes instead of 5 minutes and completely forget about it. Those are the stories we want to hear. Make sure you leave a comment on this video. You can do it through YouTube. You can do it through our Facebook page as well. You can even hit us up on Facebook Messenger if you want to keep your story a little bit more anonymous. But just let us know. Otherwise, we will call you out by name.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And while you're doing all that, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. There's a button coming up at the end of the video and all of that stuff. And if you're not following us on the Facebook page, Luke and Naomi on air on Facebook as well, follow that. That's where you get updates of what we're doing, what our topics for the week now apparently are going to be.
That's right. We're going to keep going with this because, I really miss that. That was like my favorite part
Definitely.
about doing the show is just hearing everybody else's stories because they're great.
And, continuing with the topics, we get enough answers, enough interaction, we get this going again.
Yeah.
Maybe we can work in a forward something.
Oh.
Forward Friday is one of our favorite things to do.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do forward, fun week or some junk like that to get the alliteration back. But we'll do some forward topics. I think we can leave it there.
Yeah, I'm all excited about that now. Thinking about that over microwave stories now. But first, microwave stories. Gotta hear those microwave stories.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Again, Facebook, YouTube, leave your comments there. Let us know. We'll read them next show.
That's right. So we have something else today, just for Snickers.
Oh, no.
Something very special for Snickers.
Here you go, Hugh.
Thought of the day.
Thought of the day, thought of the day, it's your thought of the day, thought of the day.
Aw, I knew Hugh missed you singing. That's beautiful, too,
For
by the
somebody
way.
who complained about it an awful lot, he complained about not hearing it even more.
Well, that's because he missed your singing,
We
right?
love you, Hugh.
Right,
Thanks
Snickers?
for listening, man.
All right, so I got your thought of the day for today. Instead of colorizing photos, in 50 years, we're going to be removing filters.
Oh, that is fantastic. What a good pick
I know.
for our return of thought of the day.
No, yeah, I thought it was a good one.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that. That's a thinker.
Yeah. All right, Luke, are you going to leave us with a laugh?
I'm going to do my best, but now my brain's broken from that. That was
I'm
cool.
sorry.
Removing filters.
Yeah.
All right, yes, I'm going to leave us with a laugh. Thanks again to Brian in England and the Dad Jokes book, A Shitload of Dad Jokes by Ben D. Over.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the name. They're so bad, they're good. That's the name of the book that he sent us. And I can cuss a little bit now because of the podcast. Not going to go too crazy, but that's fun. All right, let's see here.
Which, let me just say real quick, Delman, that means we won't have to censor you.
That's right. Just,
So let it fly.
All right, but I can't believe you even did that.
I know.
What type of magazines do cows read?
I don't know.
Catalogs.
Oh, that was dumb.
How does a computer get drunk?
I don't know.
It takes screenshots.
Oh, that was cute. I actually kind of like that one.
I like that,
That was
too.
cute.
What do you call a dinosaur that uses cheap toilet paper?
I don't know.
Megasaur ass.
Oh, my goodness.
And what do you call a belt made out of $50 bills?
I don't know.
A waste of money.
Boo.
I love it. Thanks again, Brian, for the Dad Jokes
That was
book.
terrible.
Again, he's going to keep us in Dad Jokes for a very, very long time.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you again for listening and, again, coming on this journey with us as we figure out our whole podcasting and all that. Make sure you get those comments in for our microwave disasters for next week. And we'll talk to you next week.
Love you. Bye.